Here we are, hitting up events, drinking our way through Chicago beer, and trying not to miss a thing.
Yeah, because, got a cork popped out, boom, it flies like fucking 10 feet. We're like, yeah, let's do it.
All you have to do is add some fruit, stir it up, and ride that milk-shaped wave.
Whenever I see him, I gotta take a photo with the most decorated brewer in Chicago, Jonathan Cutler.
It'll be like the stuff you hear. Every time you go to Floyd's, all the music sounds like this. Raw, raw, raw.
Sometimes you want a small beer, but really, you want a big beer.
You gotta take in all those big aromatic hops.
Hey, what are you doing this weekend? Waiting in line for a bottle release?
You should have never been a fad. The black IPA is delicious.
Hey, and welcome to Chicago Beer Pass. I'm Brad Chmielewski,
Brad, what's up, man? I'm Nik White.
and we got a special guest.
Yes, we do. Back for the first time? No, Brad, he's been here like 3 times.
Yeah, and he was here, the last time he was here was when there was also a big lineup of Oktoberfest beers in front of him.
This is true.
It's true. Do I say my own name?
Sure,
or
yeah.
Do I get an
Yeah.
introduction? No. I'm Sergio. You all know me.
Yes, so you were here last year around this time, and we did I think close to this lineup. We have 13 or 12 Oktoberfest and 1 Fest beer this time. It might have been around that last time.
It was about this many, but I'd say a lot of different ones, though.
That's good.
A lot of different ones.
We gotta keep everyone on their toes. We can't be just coming out here with Goose Island Oktoberfest, Rev Oktoberfest, Lagunitas Oktoberfest. or they don't even have one. I don't think. Liney October.
And the funny part is that this year I drank so many Oktoberfest,
Oh yeah.
but not a lot of these.
What was your favorite that you had then?
Oh man, that was like, I don't know. I'm not ready to say quite yet.
Oh,
Let's get
you
into
didn't have like a
these.
standout. It wasn't the leader we drank at the Bavarian place out there.
No, I just hadn't thought about
Yorktown
it.
or something?
No, I
Yorkville?
think we were in Dunham.
Dunham?
Yeah,
I'm lost now. I don't know where
it
I've
was
never
like
heard of
out
Dunham.
past Portage Park.
Okay.
There's like a German beer hall restaurant out there. I forget what it was called.
That was Dunham. I have no idea where we were.
Yeah, something like that.
There's 77 city neighborhoods or community areas. I can't name all 77.
No.
Were we still in Chicago?
That's like right on the edge. That it is, but yeah, you're like one street from it not being. But I say we start with this Fest beer to kind of wet our palate. It doesn't fit in with the lineup that we have here. We also have a 2% off-color watermelon salt beer too.
Extra fancy light beer.
If you need something else, if you need some water to go with it. But start with P3's Fest beer. Nick, you and I had some of this, I don't know, when we broke down both of these.
Yes.
And it was great. I went out to P3 and I picked up they had a mix pack of these two, their pills and their Geo. Is the Geo the pills? But
I think Joe is the West Coast Pills.
okay, and then there was another, I think just regular pills.
There were 4, right?
Yeah, I think it was just P3 pills. But yeah, Oktoberfest has come and gone.
That's great. There were some that started, I saw on the shelves in July.
July, okay.
In July.
We don't need to start that early. We kind of just did, I think we did a whole month, right? We started at the beginning of October.
Yeah. But you do see them because I think the running gag is, no one wants to see an Oktoberfest in October.
Right.
Right?
But now we're in this like November time and you're not really going to go to any bar or store and pick up Oktoberfest. Like it's just kind of, unless you really don't know what you want.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I mean, and it's the dwindling supply, right? They've been brewed, they've been released, and they're still sitting there. So.
Yeah. But should we run down what we got here, Nick, then?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's see. We'll go with just the brewery name, right? We'll go with a little New Glarus. We talked about P3, Fox Republic, Alarmist, Temperance, the last Oktoberfest ever, Twisted Hippo, Obscurity. This would be Old Irving. We got the good folks at Riverlands. We got 3 more. Oh, Hopewell, Printers Row, and more.
Okay. I think the only 3 Nick and I haven't tried on the show would be Fox Republic, Obscurity, and Twisted Hippo.
Fair.
But we drank the rest.
Yeah, I was a big fan of well, the New Glarus was fun. I do like the more, but we'll see how they play out today.
Right.
Yeah.
Do we go into the P3 Oktoberfest since we're coming off the Fest beer then?
Fine by me.
So they're all technically Oktoberfests, except for the P3 Fest beer?
Yeah, they're all
Okay.
Marzens.
So they're all
right?
Marzens? Okay.
I think the Pinktober, it just says Oktoberfest Lager. I think,
Those seem to be interchangeable, right? Like Marzen and Oktoberfest
right. So
lager.
I think you'd say it was a Fest beer, right?
Which one?
If they weren't.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Marzens are supposed to be was the traditional Oktoberfest beer, and they were like ambery, roasty, and Fest beer is just basically like a lighter.
Yeah, I
Once
think
they wanted the change.
Yeah, I think you can get them both at like the actual Oktoberfest.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
but that Fest beer is definitely less popular. Yeah, when you think Oktoberfest, you think the dark one.
Right.
yeah, yeah, definitely.
What'd you
I
think?
would say
What'd you
that,
think of
though-
that Fest beer from Peter?
I mean, I love Fest beers.
Okay.
To me, like,
It's the winner.
to me, it's where I like to start.
No second place, no third place.
Yep. No, I mean, I love me a good malty, roasty, sweeter beer, and I love Marzens. I love Oktoberfest, but being an American craft beer fan, just having kind of that crisp, hoppier flavor a little bit more pronounced that the Fest beer tends to bring really
Right.
works for me. Granted, 2 very different styles, even though they're both used for Oktoberfest, but I just love Fest beers.
Sure. Okay.
And
And they feel like they don't fill you up as much.
yeah.
Even though it's a mental game sometimes.
And I mean, phase 3, this is brewed right. It tastes good. It doesn't taste off. It doesn't taste weird, which you can often get like some weirdness once they start getting too experimental
Right.
here in the States. So this tastes what it should taste like. It's great.
I think everyone in this lineup is going to be pretty on point. I'm kind of the only one I'm questioning is Twisted Hippo.
Okay.
I feel like they could have thrown like pink sea salt or Himalayan sea salt in there just to make it like the pink idea.
When they first debuted, that was kind of their thing. I think everything was like a traditional style with an adjunct. That was kind of like their calling card. Right. So yeah, it might have that and not say it. This is true.
So hopefully we seem pretty close and there's no weird outliers in this one and in this lineup. I think last year Hopewell's kind of stood out to us being maybe a little more hoppy or having a little more bite to it, and we like that a lot. If I remember our lineup correctly, roll the tape. And then last year we had Metropolitan as like our control.
Control, yeah.
Rest in peace.
And that sucked, real bad. It was a bad control.
It was kind of surprising, right? Because it was a different experience having it on draft.
Mm-hmm.
In the can, it was a little different. It was kind of weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't want it to be weird, but I'm like, man, I taste it. I taste the weird. I taste the weird.
Damn. All right, you gotta keep up.
Oh my goodness. I didn't even notice you all popped this one.
Oh yeah, we popped it. We're ready for it.
So talk about it. What are you feeling?
I think it fits, it's Oktoberfest. It fits in style. I feel like it's a little, feels a little heavy, but we're coming off the Fest beer, and so it doesn't feel roasty and toasty. It just feels like almost bready.
Yeah.
It says toasted bread right on it.
Yeah, but I'm not
Nailed
getting the toast. I'm just getting more bread.
It's thicker.
Yeah.
Mouth feels definitely heavier.
Yeah, big. I don't know. Something about the carbonation is like that's what's leading me. Like it's
It's like too carbonated.
Yeah, like it finishes clean, but it feels like the flavors are like kind of hiding behind all that carbonation.
Mm-hmm. Any thoughts, Sergio?
Nothing too deep. Just looking at the color and maybe, I probably should have held this up before I drank so much, but it looks a little lighter than I would expect.
Sure.
For a Marzen. But it's nice.
Right now, it's the leader. It's number one in the lineup.
For now.
Had it too.
All right, so how are we doing this?
I mean, you could just go right down the line, or any order you want, or let Sergio choose. It's
What would Sergio like to have next?
I want to go straight to the classics here.
Oh, you want to go Staghorn?
I want to go. I don't know this one, so is there something I should know about it? But I love New Glarus.
New Glarus. This was the first one we had when we started our Oktoberfest run. The only one in bottles. You know, P3 is the only one in the 12-ounce cans too. So get these guys out of the way. But no, this just feels like it's been around forever at this point, right?
But have you had this year's?
Yes.
Okay.
I said this was the first one Nick and I started with our Oktoberfest run this year. We didn't try it last year. I can't imagine they even changed that recipe ever, right?
They don't change the labels. Or the recipes.
Bottles.
Some stuff's in cans though. I think you were posting. I think like strawberry rhubarb's in cans.
Oh yeah, the Splash Moon Man's in cans. I think.
But they stick to the script on their beers. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But then you were saying cans or bottles are making a comeback.
Yeah, there's one of these pods was saying like there's no like. Not I was gonna say silhouette value or sex appeal, but it doesn't feel special if it feels less special in a can with like this. These used to be bottle wrappings.
Right.
There used to be bottle wrappers over a can.
With your inkjet printer label.
Yeah, and it doesn't feel as special in a can versus a bottle. That's what this podcast said. So bottles are making a comeback for beer.
I feel like that was like the original reasoning to go into bottles in craft beer like 15, 20 years ago. It's like cans are for, they're not special. They're for shit beer.
Yeah,
we're going to be in a bottle.
Yeah. But that was
so we're just coming back to that now?
But that was like the large format. Like put it in bottles to make it feel like wine kind of thing.
Yeah, right. Like Dale's Pale Ale. Yeah, that was their thing. Like,
and I was fine with a solid bomber back in the day when they were $5.
Sure, yeah.
Now they're $20, and you're like, eh.
Yeah, it's a shitty bargain for. It's not a bargain at all for the consumer. The bomber format kind of sucks for the consumer. Yeah.
But I can't imagine with bottles coming back, even 12-ounce bottles. Why that's got to be more expensive than the can. It should logistically be more expensive.
Yeah, and one thing that's funny, Nick, you just said that it was because when you put the label on the can, it feels less special.
Stick down.
These are also just stick down for the most part. There's some glass bottles that have the screen printing on them, but that's Stone, right? That's like what they do. And who else does that? They're just stick-on labels on bottles.
Who else does that? Maybe Jolly Pumpkin.
But I think when you brought this up recently, I felt like it was a rejection of what your parents were drinking kind of thing. It's like, oh, my dad or mom drink beer in cans. I'm going to drink beer in bottles to be different.
I can't believe we've been drinking this long and it's actually become that. Right? Like,
it's been 20 years of drinking craft beer, yeah.
Right. So I think the Staghorn is a great Oktoberfest. You just want more of it when you drink it.
Yeah.
I think it's super clean. It doesn't feel like the P3 one felt like bready and kind of heavy. This one doesn't feel that. It just kind of feels light. You could crush a whole liter of it or a boot and just go.
It's got a nice dry finish to it, more so than the P3 Marzen. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, I'm very happy with
So it's our leader, and P3's at the bottom. Or P3's like, we got to put it like that.
I mean, P3's still in the top two.
Top two?
Yeah. I'm the only one who liked the Fest beer, apparently. No.
Well, Fest beer can't be in.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
So it's number one in its own category.
Yeah,
It's number one in your heart, Sergio.
Where should we go next? Should we go with the Temperance as the...
I mean, let's do it.
With
the Aunt Annie pretzel on the back of the can. That's just pointing in my direction. So the back of the can's got the
pretzel on there. This one we might have had in the lineup last year. I think we did because we went there.
Yeah, and I remember they didn't have the fancy Oktoberfest
cups.
They were like these breaded, like they look like ropes. The mugs, but they wouldn't serve them. Why didn't they give us one? They ran out.
They kind of made it be like they weren't for you.
I don't like that feeling.
Yeah,
like it's literally Oktoberfest.
For the special Evanston people. Like you're not from around here.
Like
and look We're still out here drinking. They're gone.
Ouch. Ouch.
Who wins this one?
It's a cold world.
Yeah.
It's a cold world.
Did you make it to Temperance before they closed?
I didn't, just because I had a trip literally the last 7-8 days before they closed. And I mean, from when they went public to when they closed was really rather quick.
Yes.
It was a week and a half, 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah.
And I was gone most of that time.
Are they? So they're not doing. I mean, I assume they have their barrel aged stuff. They might be right.
I don't know.
Are they done? Oh yeah, they're done.
Done.
Yeah.
It's sad.
Yeah. So this one has that metally copper taste that.
I was going to call it sweeter, but I think that's what I'm tasting, that it has more of a...
It's got more of what should be a malt sweetness, but it's got a malt sweetness with something I can't describe.
It's one of those descriptors that are very bad, it tastes metally because there's not any reason for things to taste metally.
Minerally, is metal a mineral? But if you say mineral, is that the
But
same as saying it you taste like
But there's a lot of time when you have beer and it tastes like metal, and I don't know what causes that reason. And this is one of those times.
There's metal in my beer.
Yeah. It's did you brew this in like a kettle and it's scraped off the lead? Am I gonna get lead poisoning here?
They use that Chicago water, not purified.
Yeah.
You know? No.
It's not bad. It's not exciting. It doesn't make me want more of it, I guess.
Less dry, sweeter.
Definitely sweeter.
I'm not as happy as I was drinking the
other
one.
two?
Yeah.
So it goes to number 3. It's still number 3.
Yeah.
Still doing great.
I mean,
It's got the flag on there, the Oktoberfest flag.
It looks. It's a great looking can. It's very clean, nice, crisp looking can. I don't know, but it can't hold its own. All right, where we go? Should we do this? I'm curious about this Pinktober.
make it happen.
Okay. I think everyone at District Brew Yards had an Oktoberfest.
That
And
would be Around the Bend, Burn City.
Around the Bend didn't have one. Burn City.
Casa Humilde.
I think they did.
And there's someone else. I always forget their name. It's got something to do with science. And they're not at both locations, right?
Right. You think it's art history.
But it's not. It's
Scientology.
It's the Scientology.
Scientology brewery.
Yeah.
It's something to do with
Art and science.
labtronics or something. Histronics.
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 See? We get there. All right, so Pinktober from Twisted Hippo used to be over here in
Like Horner Park, Albany Park.
Albany Park, right on Montrose. They're now building something else there.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know. It's probably just gonna be condos.
Yeah, that's what Rev's Brewpub's probably gonna be.
Maybe.
Fucking condos.
Yeah. And then
Great color. We'll say that.
Yeah, a little darker than it was. Well, Sergio's got the
clear cup.
yeah, we got the ceramic mugs.
Oh, very different.
Whoa.
Very different.
Is it hoppy?
Is it hoppy? Is that hops?
Are those bitter hops? What is that?
I think it's.
There's something bitter.
Got a lot of hops in here.
Oh, does it say on the back?
Yeah, it has Adnam, Eldorado, HBC 638, and Idaho 7. So,
Why is there so many hops in your
They have
Oktoberfest?
fuck out of this Oktoberfest.
and weird hops, experimental hops, right?
Yeah, that HB, they don't even have a name for that one yet.
Yeah. And Idaho 7, have you heard of that one?
Yes, it's in
Yeah.
it's in Bodum.
In which one?
Bodum, half acre Bodum.
Oh,
Yeah, Idaho said the Bodam if you're fancy. Yeah, we were somewhere and this guy kept calling it Bodam, and I'm like, I'm not gonna stop you because this is great, but you should really knock that off.
Oh, damn.
Bodam.
How do you feel about hoppy Oktoberfest?
I would say it's too hoppy. I like, as I mentioned with the Fest beer, I like to taste my hops, but
Yeah, I mean it's cool as a beer, but I don't know. This was my issue with 18th Street had a brown ale one time, and or Pony Pills for me. Like I get those things, and I don't want this hopped up version of the thing. If I'm at the bar and I want a Pony Pills, it's because I had a long day and I want the pills, not some hoppy ass pills. I don't want a hoppy ass brown ale. I just want a malt. I want a malty brown ale. So I don't know. I mean, at least they told us, but
there's also something else going on. Like I'm almost tasting like a menthol-y thing going on.
Yeah, it doesn't.
I don't know if that's from the hops. What's that? Where's that coming from?
That's fair, right? It doesn't. There's a bitterness that is like leading herbal, but not in the way that hops do.
Sure.
That we know them to do.
Yeah.
And I got to say, I don't think it's bad. I want to clarify that. It's not like a bad beer. It's just a very different Oktoberfest, which is too different.
Yeah,
for
but
my
personally,
liking, but
I might put it ahead of Temperance because I do want more of it. I'm kind of like, all right, I'll take a little more of that. Where the Temperance one, I'm like, I don't need it.
Yeah.
That's my thought in this lineup.
They do set you up. They say this blend of hops is going to give you a berry, citrus, and stone fruit and tropical fruits to an otherwise traditional Oktoberfest. So they do lay it out for you. And they weren't kidding. It doesn't taste like anything else here.
And I would say then it's successful in that regard, right? Like it's a good beer. It tastes good. It just doesn't taste like a Marzen. So,
which is we said that it was like that's kind of their thing.
What they do,
right? Yeah. So where would you guys put it? Would you put it below Temperance or ahead of Temperance?
I would probably put it in tandem.
In tandem,
it's a tie.
But it's hard because what are we judging, right? Are we judging?
I think what you would continue.
If it's drinkability, then ahead of Temperance.
I think what you want to drink, like which one makes you the most happy that you have a liter of this, right?
Then that's fair. That's fair. The problem is though, is that Oktoberfest is all about drinking another one, right?
Right.
And uno más.
That's kind
of. And I'm actually not sure that I want another one of those.
That's a good point. Yeah.
But
it's good.
Would you want another Temperance?
No, definitely not.
Okay. So see, I think that's where it may not move up. I think it's going to probably continue to trend down in our lineup here.
Yeah, it's going to be tough just because there's something slightly odd about it.
That it's not an Oktoberfest, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Where do you want to go next?
Let's take it to the bird. Well, they're all the birds, actually. Oh, let's do Fox Republic. We haven't had that.
Fox Republic, okay. Yeah. So I did have this one when I went out there with the Oktoberfest down the street. This one's out in Yorkville. There's a burger place right down the street, like almost 2 doors down. They're one of the newer breweries, like less than a year. So pretty fun can label that looks like AI artwork. It's almost like too good.
That's Midjourney right there, bud.
Right?
Yeah.
It kind of
pretty AI-ish.
It might be cleaned up AI, but I think I don't know.
Where is Yorkville?
West.
It's out yonder, so it's past Bolingbrook and
not Joliet far because it's more west.
It's the edge of the earth for sure. It's just like going up to
past Naperville.
Like if you were going north, it'd be like Cary. I don't know if you've been up to Cary. Cary's the edge of the earth going northwest out there by Woodstock, Cary.
Okay.
So
Woodstock is by the Illinois Railroad Museum.
See,
it's not as far as Woodstock.
No, I mean it's not. You don't think so?
I think it's on that like if you use Chicago and like you circle out. Yeah. It's on the same as like Geneva.
Okay.
And like just farther south than Geneva, right? Maybe a little farther. It's not DeKalb. It's not as far as DeKalb.
It's one of those that if you go past Yorkville, you're out of the zone. You're out of bounds.
Even you're pushing it in Yorkville as like a suburb because I drove an hour.
See.
And but technically, the Chicagoland is big.
For sure.
Very big.
So, and it's on the Fox River. So you're that's why it's like, I think Geneva, St. Charles, because it's following the Fox River kind of there.
Brewed and packaged for Fox Republic by Church Street in Itasca.
Okay.
Church Street Brewing.
Which that's interesting because Fox Republic has their own brewery.
Yeah.
I wonder if they don't package. They brew stuff there for the brewery, and then anything they need packaged, Church Street's brewing it.
Yeah, or they wanted this to be, they just wanted this to have a larger footprint, that then they could, they got this. They don't have the capacity to have a lager produced at a high volume.
That's true. That probably
maybe I don't know.
Yeah, they can't hold it for 6 months.
Exactly. Yeah. Or
And so this was when I picked this up. This was my third.
This fucking lager still lagering? God damn.
This was my third Oktoberfest of the day. I had started at Riverlands, went to Obscurity, and then we were at Fox Republic. So when I had this there, I don't really remember it at this point because it's kind of a blur. So having it again now, I'm kind of excited to see where it sits. It smells sweeter. It tastes thinner and sweeter, like honey, like not maybe honey.
The edges are more pronounced, right? It doesn't like the Staghorn. It hits you with these flavors. It kind of lingers a bit and it's gone.
Right.
This is doing something totally different, where it comes and it stays a little longer. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's almost like lip smacking. Nah, how you feeling?
I think thin. The body, the mouthfeel is just lighter than I would say pretty much all the beers we've had so far. It's good. It's got the sweetness
but like you're saying, it's not a malty, toasty sweetness. It's more of a ripe. It's more like, I think it's just more like straight honey.
Yeah, I get like a honey. I get.
I'm trying to
sticky.
say I want it to
sticky.
Yeah, yeah. It's a clowing sweetness.
Right.
Orange blossom honey.
Yeah, not bad. It's almost like a brighter, warmer Oktoberfest. Like it's a Mayfest kind of beer. Like it's that. Like I kind of want.
No
this.
one's making Mayfest anymore, man.
I was like, what does a Mayfest?
I don't even know, but I want it during Mayfest. I don't want it during Oktoberfest. Yeah. Like give me this.
Yeah, it's
definitely no roast.
No roast.
Maybe that's it. It's the absence of roast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't even know where to
honey thin.
Put this.
If we're stuck, then you go back to the drinkability argument, maybe.
Right. I think I go under or I go above temperance.
Okay.
Maybe not beating pink. Maybe not being Pinktober. That'd be it's between Pinktober on one side or another.
There's only one side or the other?
That's a hard one. Because
Right.
I think Pinktober is a better beer.
Okay.
I still don't want more than one of those.
Yeah, so
would you have more than one of these?
I probably would have more than one of those.
Okay.
If Oktoberfest is this it's a celebration, right?
Yeah.
And it's all about, I'm not saying it's all about getting smashed or anything like that, but it's about having fun.
It's about consumption, though.
Consumption.
Sure. Yeah.
And like drinking a lot. I would drink 2 of those. Whereas if I got that Pinktoberfest, I'd be like, that's a cool beer. I'm going to try something else.
Okay. So we're going to go.
But again, is drinkability the standard that we are using? I don't know.
That's a tough call because we are talking Oktoberfest. And we are talking Steins. So, I mean, we have to account for drinkability more so than any other time of the year.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so having said that, then Fox Republic.
It goes there before, okay.
Wow, you're listening to the guest.
The Fox.
Wow.
The Fox.
I don't know what I'm
the
talking
hippo.
about.
All right, I'm gonna go with the splash of fest beer because
Okay.
I think I need a little like kind of had 2 that I feel like didn't fit in, and I think this obscurity also falls in this like it's not right.
Oh, okay.
Man, I missed that. That came out.
Like it's just not as clear as an Oktoberfest as I think the rest of our lineup is going to be with Alarmist and Old Irving, which we know is great. That Riverlands is fantastic. So we're gonna open this.
Whoa, you're spoiling the surprise.
Yeah, Brad, come on, man. Look, it's got this cool 50s inspired label with this.
Also AI.
Yeah, she's
that's probably that. That's probably found art.
Yeah, it's probably stolen art. Yeah, in a different way. No,
so
I'm joking. Sorry.
Obscurity. Have you heard of Obscurity before?
Elburn, Illinois.
Elburn. Also,
where are these places?
Also way out there. Elburn, I think, is a little farther.
We're making them all.
Than Yorkville. It's like Elburn, DeKalb.
Okay.
Next to train tracks, it's a meadery.
That's Obscurity's a meadery.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
And a brewery.
Okay.
It's a cool spot.
It looks great.
I can smell the honey just by association. I'm just joking.
You didn't rinse your glass with fest beer?
Oh, I should have. Yeah.
All right, this gives me the same feelings when I was drinking it there, where I'm like, why does this not have any flavor?
It's got a light body, and I would say it also has some of that metallic flavor that we've experienced with Temperance, but it also has the light body on it, which is weird.
But I'm like, you messed up. You did something wrong.
How big is this beer, man?
That's my
5.5.
Nick, what are you feeling on this?
It's like if remember Mickey's with the little a twisted cap? It looked like a little grenade. What if they made an Oktoberfest? I don't know, man. I got nothing, man.
Like this one, when I had it there, it's a weird spot. We had it in those, had those obscurity, like basically pottery made mugs.
Right.
And the band is playing 80 hits, and I fucking Oktoberfest? This ain't what's happening.
Yeah.
It makes me like it.
You desire more after you drink.
Right.
Yes. That's fair. But that's okay. Like, we need these experiences so we can appreciate when...
The better ones?
Yeah, So, I'm glad it's here,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where are we putting it?
I think near the bottom.
Right. Is it...
Or sixth,
I might...
Oh, yeah. Near the not top. Sorry.
It's either above or below Temperance for me. Like, it's right there because it kind of makes me mad, and Temperance makes me be like, I just don't want more of this.
I think we're starting to see, like, a shift, right, where it's like the middle of the separating of the two departments is the Pinktober. And it's like, okay, is it better than Pinktober or is it not better than Pinktober?
Right.
Yeah.
To me, it's the worst. Sergio,
Yeah, I'm probably there.
Like I said, Temperance makes me feel like I don't really enjoy this, but the obscurity makes me mad that this is an Oktoberfest. That's where I'm at.
I don't know that I'm mad.
I just mad I ordered this if I'm there, I see your beer lineup, and I'm like, could have got the IPA. Like,
how old is this
could have
brewery?
got the hef.
How old is it?
It's
3 years?
It's a good question. I don't know.
3 years? It just, I don't know how many. I know nothing about this brewery, but I don't know that they do a lot of lagers, right? Like, it just doesn't. Maybe that's it. Maybe they just haven't made too many Oktoberfest.
There's room to grow in all this. I've been once. There's room to grow. They got a good smoked turkey sandwich.
It's a fun place. I recommend.
Oh, is this the Smoked Turkey podcast? I'm at the wrong place.
I recommend people go to it because it is a cool spot. But their Oktoberfest, we were outside, and a majority of the people were just drinking Miller Lite bottles, or
I think you said it all when you said
Miller
it.
Lite bottles?
I think it was Miller Lite or Coors Light, basically macro bottles. People weren't
at
drinking.
A brewery.
Yeah.
That makes beer.
And mead, yeah.
And doesn't make Miller.
It's a smokehouse
Light.
too.
Interesting.
Right.
That's
but
weird.
Elburn is that
That's just the demographic.
Yeah,
you're saying? Okay.
This is rural. Like, you're right on that edge of suburban rural Illinois kind of.
Yeah.
Like, you might consider just getting a hotel if you if you're out there too late.
Right, or
Yeah,
hop.
It's not far.
Or
It's
hop the
pretty far.
train hobo style and see where it goes. Like
West. All the way to California.
Down the Mississippi, where you fucking go. Arkansas, you be in Arkansas.
Right. Okay. Since we went Foxtober, Obscurity, and River. Now I'm gonna go Riverlands because this is the reverse of that day I had.
Okay.
Where I started at Riverlands, and I think they make a great Oktoberfest.
You were saying they ran out.
Yeah, they ran out. They wouldn't. They said they had a keg left for the next day. It was only 3:00. They ran out of mugs. These mugs. They're like, we don't have any more mugs,
It's a very nice mug, by the way.
and we can't sell our Oktoberfest because we don't have enough for tomorrow.
Wow. So they went to town.
People out there love Riverlands. It's their half acre at this point.
That's intense, Brad.
I've only had one or two of their beers, not the Oktoberfest, and I've been happy. I think they've made solid beer.
Yeah,
So I'm excited to try this.
man, we're coming off.
Scarecrow and Lederhosen Marzen. It's a pretty good name.
Yeah,
I don't know what it means, but I do like it. I will say that.
just falliness, right? It's
Scarecrow,
because they're in the cornfields.
because they have farms, corn
Yeah, yeah.
It's in
farms.
fucking
Yeah.
St. Charles.
Man, we're coming off like 3 very weird beers, and then
I feel like this is bringing us back to earth a little bit. I think this is a bunch of familiar flavors that all play well together.
caramely.
Caramely, roasty,
All right,
solid mouthfeel with the sweetness. Yeah.
I'm happy I'm drinking this beer.
I don't think we've had like the quintessential, both toasted, bready, caramely thing yet, but I think we're getting close.
Right, like
Yeah.
the Staghorn, I think is the closest.
It's the closest we've
pack.
gotten, yeah.
But this one makes me be like, I'll have another one of these.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I could drink that all day.
it fits in, like it's sweet. It's maybe a little sweet, but I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Still fits. It's got a nice finish too.
And they had a fest beer going
Yeah,
as
6%.
well. That was great. Right, so it's a little bigger. Right, it goes. Is it better than P3 or above P3?
No. What do you think?
See, this is where like the palate fatigue comes into play, right?
Right.
Like I want to try that P3 again.
Okay. Just gotta do a little splash. Oh, that right. The P3 was overly carbonated. That's right. Okay. I think it's a little better than P3.
Yeah, because P3 is a lot more muted.
I agree.
Scarecrow and Lederhosen is trying to be a Marzen. P3 Oktoberfest is like
It put on Lederhosen.
Yeah.
And it went out. It did its thing.
yeah.
All right. It's not better than Staghorn. Because Staghorn, that's just such a
I think
good
it's the
beer.
leader in the clubhouse.
Yeah,
Staghorn.
I think so. But it's funny when you mentioned the overcarbonation on the P3.
Yeah.
The first time I tried it, it actually didn't stand out to me that much. It was there, but now I'm like, oh yeah, Nick's totally right about this. So I don't know what that means.
We are like 7 beers in too.
Yeah, I mean, palates change, and they once you're tasting this many beers, you're not going to taste the true thing right away, but it's also going to open up your palate to recognize other things. So
I think we're doing good, man.
yeah.
Okay. I
Part of
think
it.
I'm going to continue our good times that we know and go with Old Irving.
Okay. OIB. Not too far from here. You can almost walk to it.
Right. And
Brad can walk to it. I'm riding the bike.
we had this one last time, I think. Old Irving just makes good beer, all around good beer.
Yeah, and they make food that looks good on the internet.
Yeah, sometimes it's not as. I agree. It's not always good when you have it there, but it looks the best.
It always looks amazing. Yeah.
And then you go there and you're like, well,
I've had
I'm
decent
glad
food
I
there.
tried it.
Yeah.
It's one of those what was the recent Kamala thing? She's like, I'm glad I saw that. Like that was the Michigan I voted sticker that got voted on. The guy like ripping out.
I didn't see
And
that.
she was like, well, I've seen that now. And so that's Old Irving's food where you're like, I've had that now, but it looked like why why did the picture make it look so good?
Yeah.
And so sometimes their food is as good as the picture.
Oh, their pretzel is money. I don't think there's a better one. Like at a brewery around here, their pretzel's really good.
And then their lineup of beers, Biza, Della. They always have like a hoppy pale ale.
Is there a better 1-2 punch all year round from a brewery than Beezer and Della? Right, as a pair, those are giants in their category. Yeah, I mean it's Kolsch and hazy IPA, but still,
yeah,
those are very a 1-2 punch.
That's all you need, right?
Yeah, that's a top tier 1-2 punch right there.
And that's maybe not all Sergio needs with the hazy.
No.
So it's like, I don't have a shot of Wild Turkey.
The first punch. Yeah. I don't know about that other one. Roasty.
Yeah, this feels closer to what you expect from an Oktoberfest, right?
Yeah, you get the big toast.
Yeah.
This is kind of more my speed of October. When I think Marzen, I think this. You know,
Fall. Like
Yeah.
It screams leaves to me. Like I just.
no, I mean I get what you're saying. Yeah, it's not the Mayfest. It's not the Fest beer. It's like very much a Marzen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think, that roasty toastiness and then the sweetness, but the sweetness not being so overpowering is what makes a Marzen like so drinkable.
Where the Scarecrow, I like that beer. It's a little sweet, probably.
Wow. Yeah, we went high on that one now.
So
now I'm like rethinking.
It's sweet without the toast.
without the toast, there's no toast in it.
Yeah.
Like, it's a good beer, and I will have more of it.
But you want the biscuit, you want the toast.
This is Oktoberfest that I'm like, I will probably have another one. I don't need one, but this is what I wanted when I ordered the Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
Or this is what I expected to get.
It's good.
So I'd put it probably under Staghorn, right?
I'm good with that. I like it.
Yeah, I'm down.
Okay. Let's go Alarmist then, since we're talking Beezer, and they dethroned the Juice.
Oh yeah, because the Juice won for gold for at JBF for hazy IPA, and then the following year
Beezer took
it. Yeah, which is wild because both Northwest Side breweries both using the same yeast.
Right.
Yeah. So.
And this is Alarmist's first year in cans with their Oktoberfest. So they're new to the Oktoberfest game.
Right on.
And it is the worst Oktoberfest. Or the October worst, right?
Oh no.
You see right over here there's a sausage and beer hall that just opened?
No.
The taco place, Mas Taco, turned into
A beer hall?
worst. It's called worst sausage.
Well, was Mas Taco?
Have you been?
I haven't been. It just switched over.
Is Mas Taco the place that did the breakfast burritos and stuff right here up here? Or
No, they're right at the corner of Elston and Irving Park.
So is not Tony's?
Not Tony's, a little
South. Okay.
So
by the roasted chicken joint.
Yeah.
In the library.
Yep.
Okay.
So now it's a sausage and beer hall.
Nice. Because I like JT Genuines and
Right.
I like beer halls. There's your 1-2 right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's we got enough taco places.
I mean,
we need more.
We have a lot of taco
we
places.
need more sausage houses.
we need more beer and sausage places.
All right, so Alarmist. I don't think I had this on draft at all. Maybe we did this bike ride recently, and I don't think I got the Oktoberfest.
I didn't try it then. But I've had it this year. I'm trying to.
I'm not mad at it. It feels like P3, and it feels a little bit like It feels like P3 and maybe the a little bit like the Lederhosen one.
Right, it's not sweet. It has a little bit of that copper-y taste to it. It's not very roasty. It's roasted.
Yeah, it's got more roast than Fox Republic. But not much more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It feels like the P3 one a little bit to me. I'm not sure why.
Right. It feels like P3 that if P3 wasn't too carbonated.
Oh, yeah. That's the separator between this and P3.
Right. So I think it's better than P3 because
you notice the carb.
Right.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. They're very close.
Yeah.
Like in every way. Alarmist is we've really been drinking, huh? Alarmist is 5.7. P3 is 6.2.
Mm-hmm. I think that's where it sits, right under Scarecrow. That's sweet, but you're happy about it. And Oktoberwurst is like, this is Oktoberfest. You're not mad at it. Yeah. It's not. Yeah.
It's not. I mean, looking at the lineup, looking what's up the top, it's not standing out as much as those. But it's in the right spot between the Phase 3 and the Riverlands. I think. I don't know. I kind of want to retaste that Riverlands at some point.
I'm gonna retaste the Staghorn and see
see if it's still the leader after 8 rounds.
It's still the leader hosing. Right, because I think, are we giving New Glarus too much credit?
Right, and that's why I'm rechecking this one too.
Coming back now, for me, I know you guys went Riverlands. The New Glarus one is kind of sweet, but you're still very happy you have it. I think it's still Old Irving could maybe knock it down, but I think Staghorn's.
I'm a huge fan of the. I'm a bigger fan of the Scarecrow and Lederhosen than I was the first time around.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, it's starting to be more pronounced and just more fun.
Yeah, I think we were right about it.
It's still not.
I think right above Alarmist.
Yeah.
And I really like Alarmist. I want to point that out.
No, I think it's a good Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
Staghorn.
Staghorn's body is noticeably lighter.
Right, it's very light.
But I think the way those flavors move on the Staghorn is still really, really different and good to me. You think?
All right, got tested.
Staghorn, you're like.
I mean, now I'm leaning into the drinkability argument.
Right, you're like, I'll take 2 liters.
I'll have another liter of this. That's what I'm thinking.
Just bring 2. I don't need 1. Give me the whole boot. I think that's where Staghorn is winning on that. It's not too roasty. It's not too sweet. It's lighter in body.
It's so much lighter in body than.
Is this also 5?
Much stuff we've had.
Than the last 3.
Yeah.
And
it's still. Again,
still
if
the best.
Drinkability is the thing, though. That's what you can drink
That's what you
all
want.
day.
Right.
Yeah.
That's like you got the Oktoberfest. You're like, oh, this maybe isn't as like malty as I thought it would be, but
it's not as toasty as some of the other ones. It's not as pronounced in these definitions of what a Marzen is as some of the other ones, but it's a solid drinkable beer.
Yeah.
That touches in all those spaces.
Mm-hmm. That's the key, right?
Yeah.
It's got this range that it's able to touch.
Yeah, but I think it
balanced.
Easily,
maybe that's the word.
We only have 3 left. I don't know if any of these are gonna dethrone it, but I think there are better Chicago Oktoberfest than this Wisconsin one's gonna win out of our Chicago ones.
I mean, it might be.
Are we mad at Wisconsin?
No, I just
I think we should try. Let's try Printers. You want to try Printers as well?
We know where that one.
God damn it, Red.
I have had that one as well.
But I think the Staghorn, it's not the best Oktoberfest here in the Midwest. It's just right now our best in our lineup.
It's the best one that we got here.
So, but it's very good, and I'm never mad. I'm usually not mad when I have a New Glarus beer. Okay. That's kind of where New Glarus sits for me. Like it's just like, Spotted Cow. I don't really want Spotted Cow, but it's a good beer.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong.
Moon Man is fine.
Moon Man. When I have Moon Man, I am delighted.
It's a cool beer.
Yeah.
It's a cool beer, man.
I think after we place these next 3, I'd like to try the Staghorn and that Old Irving
back to back,
side by side. Maybe like cleanse with the Fest beer. I don't know.
Okay.
This is where I think we talk about it all the time, where it's like there's this edge, and if you go over the edge, then you start tasting like, I can't describe it any other way other than like that milk that has like the cereal in it. You finish the cereal and that whatever that milk is left, it kind of tastes like that.
Yeah.
You know.
I've been to Printer's Row a lot. I love the space. I think the brewery's fine, but it has this homebrew taste. Like the sweetness feels like it's fake sweet. Always. In all their beers, they're not bad, but they don't feel like they were brewed by someone like people at Alarmist or Riverlands. It just kind of feels like, what are you guys doing? You know what you're doing, but you need to do it right.
I think as a product, I think it's a solid beer. I think it's just over the line when it comes to all the things that make a beer that I would want again. I think that's all.
Right. But that's my Printer's Row is such a weird brewery to me.
Like a 6.3, man. Like I love the way it tastes. I love the mid palate. When it finishes, though, it's got this linger that I'm overthinking, and maybe that's what I'm bothered. That's what's bothering.
I don't have much to add other than it's not really working for me.
Okay.
And don't want to get too deep on that, or why.
But yeah, I don't want to shit on them because I do love the space. I love what they're doing.
It's
great
a
for
cool
the
spot.
neighborhood.
It's like a little 6-corner spot.
Yeah, like Portage Park, is it?
And it's
I think so. Or
no,
Jeff.
that's
It's
Jefferson Park.
Oh, Jefferson Park. Okay.
And so that's awesome. I think people need to go support these people. They're not going to be an Old Irving and open a second spot. But that's fine. They could just be this little brewery and make kind of fun beers and be their neighborhood brewery. And that's all you need.
That's a good assessment, right? Because, when you're on the Northwest side, you just want to do Northwest side things.
Right. And they're not even canning, really. This is just like maybe we have someone that comes by every week and we can some beers and write the name on it.
Yeah.
They're not trying to be in the store. They're like, we're good. And I think that's where a lot of Chicago breweries should be. Like, you don't need to be in the store. You can just be here.
Yeah.
But where does it sit in our lineup? It doesn't. It's not. It doesn't. I don't think it crosses this P3 line. This P3 line kind of.
Does it cross the Twisted Hippo line?
Right. I think I'd rather drink the Foxtober. It's kind of sweet, but I'm not mad at it. Pinktober's overly hoppy.
I'm gonna go back to Pinktober.
And then.
It's the Pink Boots blend.
Right, they did with the Pink Boot Society.
Okay, that's like it's like female brewers, right?
Right.
So, do you remember when they did the beer with they did a beer years ago at the Rock Bottom? Rock Bottom's still there? No,
it's not. But
Rock Bottom on State Street, Rock Bottom downtown Chicago. They did a Pink Boots Society beer. They called it 99 Problems.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
I missed that one.
It was pretty good. That's a pretty good name for an all-girl beer. It's pretty fun.
I would put it below the
Pink.
Twisted Hippo.
Yeah.
Below. I don't know where below, but below the Twisted Hippo.
The Temperance one bugs me for some reason.
I got to go back to that one too because I don't remember what I didn't like.
Okay,
about
hold
it,
on. Since we're putting this one right
on blast,
I'm saying, it's a little better than Temperance. I'm gonna go back to Temperance and see. Yeah, the Temperance one, I don't mind the Printer's Row one. I think that's where I sit with
Okay.
it. I don't like the Temperance one.
yeah.
But
Fair. I think the Printer's Row one is put together well in comparison to the Temperance one. It's a tighter knit beer than the Temperance beer.
Who's open today? The Printer's Row is open today.
Yeah, I think the Temperance. Yeah,
Ouch.
the Printer's Row beer is better than the Temperance beer.
We are in sad times right now, fellas. We are in sad times.
All right, we got 2 left. Moore and Hopewell.
Okay.
Hopewell was our standout, Nick, last year. We were smitten over Hopewell.
It was like, why is this beer so good?
Especially not
The nerve of this beer.
Yeah, so I'm going to save that.
Okay.
We're going to go Moore. The other is Suburban Brewery.
Yeah, so they're in Villa Park and they're in Huntley.
All right, we're like,
I don't know.
I think we're overly suburban.
Oh, we're suburban as fuck right
I
now.
was just
bud.
looking at the can art.
It's amazing. It's the best looking can.
Oh, everyone's having
I
a
love
ball.
this can.
It's got a lot going on.
Bro, they got mountains and a full beer hall
Look
scene.
at this guy with
It
the
is happy.
pretzel tower.
You got beards, you got bald head guys, you got ladies. Whatever you call the ladies get up for the for Oktoberfest, whatever that's
right,
called.
you got bald people, you got beards.
Dude, they're living. They are. I want to be
it's
there.
cartoony, and what I was gonna say is that's not what you really see on beer labels. Like that kind of like bright, cartoony look.
I love this label, and that's why when I got these, I had to get these glasses that Nick and I drank out of these little fucking boots.
Little mini boots.
If we're giving an award for the best label and the best cup
That's a great
this year, they probably both go to Moore.
Right.
Yeah.
Moore won this, I don't know, marketing this year on this for us. I love this.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, and that's the best looking can.
Did you get that can? I mean, in a photo?
Look at that color.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. It looks great.
Beautiful color.
Hey, Moore's delivering on the fucking taste too.
Right. I think it's a little carbonated, but it just sits there right there, and it's like we're in Oktoberfest.
I like it as a beer. I don't know if it's like it doesn't give me the biscuit and the toast award. Definitely goes to OIB.
Okay.
But as a beer, I think it's really good. You know, just like not if I'm not being like super picky about how Oktoberfest is it. I really like drinking it. You know,
It doesn't stand out, like I said, in the toast way, in the sweetness way. It's just like a solid beer.
yeah. They got this affinity towards that honey. You called it out in one of these. I think the Fox Republic. There's some of that, right?
A sweetness in that?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't really get that.
You don't get it?
No.
I get a little bit of it. It's not as pronounced as in Fox Republic, but it's sweetness for sweetness sake and not sweetness, like not malty sweetness, just like sweetness. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
I think one thing I like about this one is that the mouthfeel is on the lighter side, but oftentimes when the mouthfeel is not robust enough, you can just be like, oh, whatever, it's a thin beer, whatever. This still has something about it that like makes me want to keep drinking it.
Right.
I don't know. It's easy to drink, goes down easy. It's not too overwhelming on anything. And yeah, I kind of like that.
But
It's working here.
They could also repackage this and not call it an Oktoberfest, and I would like, I don't know, just like,
Yeah, it's
not like a brown ale, but like a dark lager, right, or something like that. Like,
yeah. The toastiness and roastiness is definitely not quite there.
right.
But it's
It's
very
a great,
drinkable.
it's a great beer. So where does it fit in there?
It's got a little roast. A little roast, a little baby roast.
yeah.
So we're at Scarecrow and Lederhosen, a little sweet, but you're kind of happy. You're drinking that.
Yeah.
Maybe under that and above Alarmist. Alarmist is
We'll go back to Alarmist.
it's a good
Yeah,
it's a good beer. It's a good Oktoberfest. Is it right? Is it for me? It probably fits above or below that.
It's close. I think Alarmfest is Alarmfest. I think Alarmist is a little cleaner.
Oh, okay,
I think it's a little cleaner.
okay.
But
That's where I was going to lean without retrying it. That's where I was going
And
to
then
lean.
you can't cross this P3 line because it's overly carbonated.
I
So
think that's
that's right. So it sits there, but
I feel good about that.
it wins in like just a great beer.
Yeah.
I think that and the Staghorn are just really good beers, like outside of Oktoberfest stuff.
Yeah.
All right, last one then, and then we can revisit and make final assessments here.
What is Hobo calling that?
I'm nervous.
Okay.
I remember last year wasn't the standout that you all had the previous year had fallen in the ranks like quite a bit.
That was Metropolitan.
That was the Metro, yeah.
Metro was they didn't, I think 2 years ago, they were our gold standard. I think someone was right above them, but they were in the top like 3. And then they fell to this temperance level. So
Are you prophets?
I don't know. We can look at this. I don't think Obscurity closes because they don't have much out there, so people are going to that. And
it's like one of 5 businesses on Elburn Main Street.
And they serve food.
I mean, come on.
It's sticking
open.
Around. Yeah, they make mead. No one likes mead.
Yeah,
but they're making it.
Why?
I don't know.
It's the world's oldest fermented beverage, if you ask the Vikings.
It's the wine for people that don't like wine.
Look at Hopewell.
That's good.
Look at Hopewell.
That's good. There's something there
I get
that is making me like second guess it.
Yeah, I'm not
It's not as good
as on board as
right. It wasn't as last year. Last year was like, why is this fucking good? So good. This one's like, it's good, but there was something there even when we had it that I'm like, what is that? That's not as balanced.
Yeah, the mouthfeel is soft and round, and I think
it's not toasty.
No, it's not. There's like a little dash of toast.
Yeah.
Right.
I think the carbonation it helps in this case because it's kind of like it's almost like pillowy, which I really dig that part, and maybe that's what I got caught up in. It's like
the pillowness of it.
The pillowy carbonation, but yeah, you just get a little bit of roast, and I need another sip actually. That's all I get.
Good. You're not upset. You're having it.
The hype, they're suffering from the hype, right? Because
it's
still great.
Yeah,
it's still great.
Why did you do last year's? What happened?
I'm thinking about where we place it, right? And I already know it is not above at least our top 2, and then it's questionable within the next
better
3.
Than Alarmist. I'll go back to Alarmist.
But it's still great, yeah. Like that, it's suffering from like placement and the hype from last year and how we drank it. That it's not immediately going to the top, right?
I think it's better than Alarmist. Alarmist is good. It's a little more roasty, but I think the pillowiness and the drinkability of Hopewell.
I really like the Alarmist, man.
Oh, shit. Okay. I can be overruled. I'm just like, that's my feeling about it.
I'm going to try the Alarmist again next, but I want to say that after this many beers, I love that we can find a word like pillowy, and it just now came into play, and it just now makes sense. Because that beer is very like in the mouth. It's like very soft and like swats around.
It's just like kind of like fun and
No.
But I don't think any of them. You couldn't have said any of these other ones were pillowy, right?
Yeah.
No.
So
I don't think so.
It plays somewhere above P3, but I don't know where. This Hopewell one.
If you think it was better, or if you don't think it was as good as Alarmist, I think it's better than More. Mm-hmm. Because More was just, More's a great beer, but it's not. Doesn't always feel like an Oktoberfest, but it's good.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think if you strip it away and just say, hey, if you're in the top 5 and you say what's the better beer, Alarmist, Hopewell, or More, you would put Alarmist and Hopewell above the More beer.
Right.
Yeah. But I don't know where you rank them after that.
You think it goes that?
That's what I do.
You tried some more Alarmist?
Yeah, that's what I'm having now.
You're being biased. You're like 2 blocks away from Alarmist.
I do like Alarmist a lot. The only one that we didn't even have, I think we had
in our first year of this is Sketchbook, and we didn't have them last year. Sean Curry's going to be mad that we didn't have Sketchbook.
I could have swore we drank Sketchbook on the show, no?
No, we didn't. Okay. They do make a good Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
It fits somewhere above the P3.
Yeah. The line is P3.
Right, and we had a clear line last year. And we actually had two groups. We had like almost like a subset of like, these are the losers, these are the winners, and these are the like, I'm okay.
And I think one thing we should clarify about all these beers is that last year, like you said, there was a clear line of good and bad.
Yeah.
I'd say a lot of these are actually quite okay, quite good.
The line's probably...
The line is way further down here.
That's true. The line's probably Printer's Row. And then, so that's like 10 of the 13 beers are actually...
Right, solid. Well, the Fest beer doesn't count.
Sorry. Yeah, you're right.
That's a great
So
beer.
it's really these two beers at the bottom. The Temperance, which I don't want more of, and the Obscurity, that makes me mad that's an Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
That's my line of those two.
Beer shouldn't make you mad.
I was like, damn it.
I think you're right. That is the line.
Yeah. And that's good. That's
and
great.
These other 10 are like, man, I enjoy drinking these.
Yeah. I would not be disappointed by that.
So are we good with this? Anyone need to revisit anything? I'm going to try this Fox Republic again.
Yeah, that's a question. And then I better try Old Irving again just to be sure. But
Old Irving is good, yeah. And maybe I'll revisit the Scarecrow and Lederhosen. But I think Riverlands, I think we had it last year, but it was an old version of it. So it was a year-old Oktoberfest. So we kind of threw it out as just like, this one's not working.
Yeah, a year old. Can't get the job done.
I'm not mad at that Fox Republic at all.
Right? I think it might be better than the P3.
Maybe on the second sip, it probably was, yeah.
I think...
Okay, I need to change my tactic here. I need to try that next.
I think we had it after... I think we had it after the Pinktober, and it came off sweeter because we were drinking this hoppy beer. So I think Fox Republic came off too sweet. So coming back to it, I kind of like it. It's sweet, but it's not as sweet and honey. I think we said it felt sticky. I think I said it felt sticky. It doesn't feel sticky. And I might move it above the P3.
Okay.
Like, maybe I'll try that more again. Is Fox River gonna climb the ranks?
I don't think so. I think that's where
Not as good as the Moor. The Moor was a good beer.
Yeah. I'm not sure about that change, but you know.
Yeah, Moor has the toastiness. You want to go back to your...
Oh my goodness, calm down.
Go back to
Should I
the
just
P3,
mix them all?
let's see.
Should I just pour the whole pint?
Oh, cuvee?
Yeah.
Cuvee de...
Yeah, Moor has the toastiness that you want from an Oktoberfest. So
And this was the second beer we had, right?
that was the second beer we had, yeah. Let's see what Sergio thinks going into this.
Well, I hate to tell you.
No? You think it's under?
No, I was going to say they all are starting to taste the same.
Oh.
Because we are at that point. We're in that point.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that.
P3's playing it safe.
Is it better or worse than the Fox Republic? That's where I think we gotta. I think that's just kind of gotta be the spot. I kind of want to know, is Fox Republic better or worse?
It's tough. Fox Republic's more expressive. Is it better than the P3?
Right. Although
I don't know. I don't know if it's better.
We said P3 might be overly carbonated. This could be a can thing, and maybe on draft, it's probably a little better. So okay, we'll stick with our original gut.
Don't listen to me. What do I know?
No, Nick's saying that too.
What do you think? Oh, you said the same thing?
Yeah. Well, no, I took a cop out and said that I couldn't really decide at this point.
No, I mean Fox Republic is doing more, but just because it's doing more doesn't mean I don't think it's better.
But P3's playing safe, but doing what an Oktoberfest is supposed to
do. Yeah, all things considered, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, balance, drinkability. Yeah, even though the Fox Republic is...
the cool P3 kids going to be mad at us that we put more ahead of P3?
Oh, shit, I didn't even notice that.
Aren't they both cool? Aren't they both cool brewers?
Well,
the P3 guys
are cooler than the more guys.
They're a little hipper. I will say it's interesting that, there's this mid-range battle here where the front we seem to be pretty happy with.
Yeah, do you need to go back?
I want to because that just hits so well.
And
not because I think it's going to change anything, but because I want to drink more of this.
Okay.
OIB.
I think, I'm feeling good about our lineup here. So
Wisconsin won?
Wisconsin won. This is the first time they've entered into the Chicago Beer Pass category.
Oh, shit.
That's a good thing.
So run them down, Nick, for anyone who's listening on audio.
All right. Let's see. We'll start with the top 5. New Glarus #1, followed by Old Irving, Riverlands, Alarmist, and Hopewell.
Okay.
Right? After that, we got more P3, Fox Republic, Twisted Hippo, Printer's Row, Temperance, and Obscurity.
Falling into obscurity.
That's right, yeah.
The lineup.
And then that Fest beer from P3.
Which was great.
Is a great beer. I think that's doing more work than their Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
I mean, you got, in your top 5, you have 3 Chicago breweries.
Okay.
So, I think we're fine. Yeah, you got Hopewell, Alarmist, and Old Irving in your top 5.
Okay. So, Sergio, you started the show saying you drank a lot of Oktoberfest. You didn't want to say your favorite. Maybe you still don't want to say it. But did you have one you drank more of than anyone else?
Yeah, that's a great way to ask that question, because the reason I didn't want to say which one was my favorite was that I had so many, and so many cycled through the fridge,
right,
that honestly they all kind of start to blend together a little bit. And not because of it's more so that I'm just forgetful these days, right? But the one that I did buy the most of was actually Lagertown.
Okay, Lagertown is
Lagertown.
good.
Yeah, you got the Lagertown glass, and then Brad brought the Lagertown on the show.
No, we didn't have Lagertown on the show.
You didn't?
No, we didn't.
We just got the cup?
Those are old cups, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Oh, no, I went to...
That's what I'm saying. I feel like you went, but we didn't drink it on the show.
I went to Half Acres Oktoberfest.
Mm-hmm.
Second or third place in Stein holding contest.
Check you out.
Third place?
Third place. I was also drinking during it. No one else was drinking during it. Maeve would come. I'd Steinhold, and Maeve would come pour, and I'd take some sips on the side.
I missed that.
In full lederhosen.
I mean, come on. Yeah.
So, first place in my heart.
That should have been a handicap. That's like, you should.
Our buddy Eric Jensen, I don't know, he was like maybe 8th place, 10th place,
Not
somewhere.
third place.
I saw the last 2 dudes because they posted it on Instagram, and it was not one of you all. But third place, I'm impressed, Brad.
Third place is pretty good.
I might have got to the second place guy, but that first place guy, he
was in his zone.
He was like, yeah.
He must work out.
Right, I'm lifting 16-ounce glass cup cans, you know, maybe prefer the 12.
I'm a little tired.
Lagertown's good this year. Now, granted, I only had like a small pour of it.
Yeah, I think it was good. It's a little, I think it's lighter to me, but it's easy drinking beer. Like it fits more in that like Hopewell kind of range. Like it's
that makes sense. And I think it also comes, you asked me what my favorite was, and it does come down to a certain level of bias. And as you mentioned, I live by Alarmist, which means I also live not too far from Half Acre, which means those are the 2 breweries.
Sure. Okay.
I'm putting it out there.
You drink. That's what you drink.
In terms of bias, those are the 2 closest breweries to me, and those are the 2 that I frequent the most. So it's very easy to come home with their beer.
Right.
So,
totally understand. Yeah. Nick, did you have any that weren't on here that you enjoyed as we close out our Oktoberfest run and get ready for St. Patrick's Day run?
Oh wow. The first one that comes to mind is the Lagertown, because I'm like that beer delivers. Mm-hmm. I balked at getting the sketchbook one. I saw it and I ended up just getting rosé because I wasn't ready to be in Oktoberfest mode.
Okay.
So it was like, do you want rosé? It's 80 out. Do you want rosé or do you want the sketchbook Oktoberfest?
Rosé all day.
Get the rosé.
Yeah.
Good call.
I think I did have one Revs Oktoberfest over the
Can't
time.
say about that one.
And that's always a good one.
Yeah. I have ordered. I think I got a half liter of the number 4, the Alarmist on draft, and it was. But I had been in my car for like an hour.
Okay.
And I drove back. Finally got back up north, and then I stopped at Alarmist. I got the Stein to go. I mean, I got the Stein where you can keep it.
Yeah.
And then I had it on draft, and I sat in the beer garden, and it was just probably my favorite experience this year. Might have been Alarmist in the beer garden, out of the keep the Stein.
Having a Stein.
That was probably my favorite Oktoberfest.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I think a lot of Chicagoland and Illinois breweries in general have embraced this Oktoberfest, and there's almost too many of them. Like it's like
overwhelming.
It's like great, but it also is like there's kind of a lot of them, and not that this Twisted Hippo one is different enough, but you almost want to see some people do some like fun tanks out of it. Like I would like. We talk about, man, what was that brewery? 350 out in Tinley Park. They had Punktober.
They did an Imperial pumpkin beer, right?
Right,
like
I called
10%.
it Punktober.
Yeah.
And it was a pumpkin Oktoberfest. So I'd like to see, a little twists on some of the Oktoberfest, like go obscurity, like lean into your mead and do like a honey Oktoberfest kind of thing. Like it should have these flavors, and I think that's because the lineup is so hard. You gotta stand out.
Yeah.
Like do some. Maybe I only want a little pour of your honey mead Oktoberfest, but it's different.
Yeah, I'm glad we do this, so we can like really kind of nitpick and fuss over the details of it. Oh, I do want to say cheers to Funky Town. I did have the Oktoberfest. It was called Homecoming, and it was vastly different from the one we had when we stopped at Pilot Project on our run.
Really? Because we hated
it. We fucking hated it.
We're like, this is why do we stop here?
And I feel like they redeemed themselves because in this lineup of that day at Turner House, this is the only beer I drank.
Okay.
Was their Oktoberfest.
That's great for them.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, they bounced back. They bounced back on the Oktoberfest tip, so I forgot about them. So cheers to them.
Nice.
Nice.
All right. Anything else to say on the Oktoberfest run? Or are we closing the book on this?
I think this was good, man. Sergio, I'm glad you came out. It's good to see
thanks.
you.
Ooh, thanks for having us.
This is great. I think on the next episode we'll probably talk about Rev closing, their brew pub.
15-year run?
Yeah, we'll talk about Nick drinking Goose Island Bourbon Counties.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And
Don't get the macaroon. You can't fucking taste any macaroon.
Save it.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Save it.
Okay.
Save it. But that'll do it. Take care.
Cheers.